Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jolene and I'm the author of the Glory MC series as well as the MOONRISE Beach series. So I know I have been a little bit late on this update and flip through of my Hobonichi cousin, so I figured that I would finally do it today since we are heading towards the end of March and into April. I'm actually going to be doing a flip through of my February and also March pages. So today is March 19th, so this video will probably go up in the beginning, early April. So we actually do still have a week and a half of March left, but because I didn't do a flip through in February, I felt like it was still okay to show you guys what I have going on in my Hobonichi cousin. So if you guys don't know, I do already have a whole setup video on this planner already, so you guys can check that out. I will link it up here. And just so you know, I do use this as a pre-planner for work. So I am a romance author and I do work as an assistant to other New York Times and USA bestselling authors. So that work goes in here. I do also have an Etsy shop, which is Jolene Printables on Etsy. So that also goes in here. And I'm also a professional book reviewer for a couple of websites. And so that work also goes in here. So quite a lot of things go in here, but I don't put any personal things in this planner. It's only for future planning, pre-planning, that goes in my weeklies, monthlies, and daily pages of this planner. So this cover here is from Foxy Fix. It's a perfect fit in the spice salt leather. Foxy Fix is no longer around, which is a big shame because I actually really enjoy their leather products. I love this one, especially because it's the spice leather. I feel like it's a very buttery and soft material. I love the color white because I think it matches with any season. This bow here is from Glimmer and Glam, and then I always keep it in this crochet pouch. So I made this little pouch and I think it matches really perfectly with this planner. And so this is what I have been housing my Hobonichi cousin in. So getting into it, I do have the full year here. So all of 2021 is in this guy. I think maybe next year I might consider getting the Avec version, which splits the year into half. But I'm actually having no problem with it. I do sticker this up in the monthlies and the weeklies, but I don't use stickers in my dailies. So I actually don't find it bulking up too much. We are 3 months into the year already, and I think it's perfectly fine. It's not too bulky for me personally. So this is the configuration of my planner cover. It has the crisscross pockets. In here I just have some page flags. So this is the Coco Fusion page flags, and this is the collab with Mizutama, who is a Japanese artist. And then I just have this bow marker here. This is from Purpose Papery. I have a bunch of these Hobonichi cousin stickers. I haven't really been using these, but they are there in case I do want to use them. And these are all from ArieBea's shop. I do have a code for her. You guys can find it in the description below. It is Jolene10. And then I do use these ones a lot. These are the transparent dot stickers. These guys are from the Hobonichi store. So they have an accessory section in their shop, and that's where I picked up these guys. These are just the translucent dot stickers, and I use those in my monthlies. In the front here, I do have a couple of Kikki sticky notes. So these ones are both from the same collection, the Love Life collection. And then I have a couple more here, some more of these smaller sizes, and then a couple of the Coco Fusions, which I pulled off from there and didn't end up using. Then over here I do have this little foiled sticky note. This is from a shop that's no longer open, but here I keep track of my daily color codes. So as you can see here, I do have swatches of all my Tombos. So my Tombos are like these. They are the water-based dual brush pen. So you have the brush pen on one side here, and then you do get a smaller tip on the other side. I don't use this other side as much, but I have a Tombow marker for every single month, and I will change it up for my daily. So January was like this kind of purpley blue color. February was this color, which is 761, and then March I used a yellow, which was 062. And then once we get into April, I'm going to be using this more brighter pink color to kind of go with the Easter theme, and that color will be 723. So I just have that daily color code for my daily pages. I just find it really helpful. Next up here, I do have one of my printables from my shop. So my shop is called Jolene Printables on Etsy, and I sell ring-bound inserts as well as Hobonichi and B6 Stylogy full page stickers. So this is one of the designs that I have in my shop. It's a year at a glance. And if you are not familiar with my shop, I do have different fonts. So I have a cute font, which is what this is. And then I also have a classic font. So that is more minimal looking. And then my inserts come in two colorways. So this is the pink version, and then there's also a gray. So whether you enjoy colorful kawaii planning or you are more of a neutral planner and enjoy the more minimalistic look, there is an insert and design for you in the shop. So this is the year in one page insert, and then I have it with the Monday start. There's also a Sunday start. And then I also have it on the 2-page version. So the January to June would be on this side, and then the July to December would be on the second page. But I just use this one to keep track of my most important dates. So I've been using these translucent stickers here just to mark off those. And then these stickers here are from a kit from ArieBea shop. Once again, I do have a code, so I will leave that in the description for you guys. So we are on to the Perpetual calendar. So over here, what I've done is I've used a kit from ArieBea shop. Once again, you guys can use my code, which will be down below. And in here, I've been keeping track of my Facebook posts. So I do have a Facebook fan page for my job as an author. So it's Jolene on Facebook. So these are all my daily posts that I do on my fan page for my books. As an author, every day I will write down what I post so that I will have a track record of all that. At the top here, I have things like anniversaries, most important dates, my book release date, my deadlines, things like that. And then I also have my book promotions. So that is what these ones are up here. At the bottom section here, I keep track of all the events that I take part of that are not hosted by me. So they're organized by other people and I just join in. So these are all the events that I have been joining in. And then I do have the rest of the events that I'm going to be taking part in for the next quarter. So that is how I've been using this section. I find it very helpful. I can see everything at a glance and also keep track of my postings. So I have that clipped off here at the top here. This little clip is from Sweet Paper Bliss, and actually this one holding my weekly, this is also from Sweet Paper Bliss. I really love her clips, so I always find that I'm using them. So let's move on to the next page. So as you can see, I haven't had anything else come up apart from the anniversaries. So once I have confirmed those events, they will start to fill up in this section as well. And I just have a little bit of Pink Room Co. washi down at the bottom there. So now we are moving into our monthlies. So this is December. I use parts of a kit from ArieBea shop. I don't like to use full kits in here because I don't want to bulk it up. I prefer just using a little bit of washi and then these stickers. But I do have a little bit down that I put at the beginning of the year. So this is what January looks like, February, and then this is March. So as you can see, I didn't use a kit here. I just put a little bit of washi. This here is just anything that I am participating in that hasn't been confirmed, so it will go on one of these sticky notes first before I transfer it in here. Once it gets confirmed, I will put it in with one of these stickers. So this is what April is going to look like. I just have a little bit of Pink Room Co. washi. Once again, I always have my unconfirmed dates here on a sticky note, and then anything else that is written down here is already confirmed. So I have May and June starting to fill up a little bit more. July and onwards is still pretty much blank. If you are curious about my tabs here, my monthly tabs, these are all from ArieBea shop again. Okay, so now let's move on to the weeklies. So I have shown you this before. I do use printable Erin Condren or standard size kits in here for the vertical planner, and what I do is I actually size it down so that it will fit in the Hobonichi cousin. So that is how I've been planning every single week here in the Hobonichi cousin weekly section. And if you guys are curious about how exactly I divide up this page, you guys can watch my plan with me's on them. I do have quite a few. So this is the last week of January, and I divide the sections up a little bit here with washi tape. And then this is the first week of February. So what I've done here is I've used a little bit of washi tape to divide the page up here. And at the bottom here is my work for other authors. So like I mentioned earlier, I am an author assistant, and so I do have to do a lot of giveaways for them. I post a lot on their social media, and I do a lot of their promotion. So for example, if they have a book coming out, I set up book promotions for them, and so that work usually goes in this section. I do always have a section here for my reviewing. So I have a list of books that I write down that I want to read during this week. So by the end of this week, I hope to have all of these read so that on Thursday I can sit down and write those reviews for the 2 websites that I write for. So basically this section at the bottom is everything that I have to do for other people. Everything here at the top is related to my work and my business. So my job as an author and also my Etsy shop. So everything else up here is for me. Everything down here is for other people. So I will show you the second week here. So I think I do have a plan with me on this one. So once again, I have it sectioned off here for things that I have to do for the other authors, and then my books to read this week. And then I will put in my important dates here, as well as any book sales that I have going on, if I have a release date for my books, or if I have an appointment with my editor or my formatter. Things like that will all go in here. I always have a habit tracker here for my shop. So I want to work on my shop every single day this year. So I just mark off the days that I do work on it. And then over here is basically just my main focus for the week. So for example, for this week, I was working on the first draft of one of the books that I'm scheduled to write this year. So another thing was I wanted to work on my pocket rings release and also write these reviews. So I have everything at a glance, and I think it's very functional. Even though I do use a lot of stickers, I find that these boxes represent something, and the icons also represent something for me. So that's very important for me. Visually, I like seeing things in like a column like this. So this is the second week of February now. We had Family Day here, and this is when I finished the first draft of my second book this year. So I am right on track. One of my goals this year is to write 3 books in a new series, and I am way ahead of schedule. I have already written 2 of them by this point, so that is great. That means that I will definitely be reaching my goal of 3 books. In April, I am planning on writing another book, so I'm definitely going to be meeting my goal for that, which I'm really excited about. So this kit is from Paper Crown Planner. I tend to use a lot of her kits in this planner. And then this one here is from Prince Petticoat Bandit. So as you can see, I really enjoy sectioning up the weekly section to make it work for me. I don't necessarily use the time section in this area, but I do sometimes use it in the dailies. So that's been working well for me. And then now we are moving into the first week of March in here. So as you can see, I don't bring in too many other character stickers, maybe just a couple here. This one is from Very Cute Designs and this one is from Paper K, but most of everything in here is either washi tape from the Pink Room Co. or it comes already in the kit. So with printable kits, you do get 6 or 7 pages, and that is more than enough for a spread in here. I find that I can use one kit multiple times in this. So you'll see this kit again, which is what I kind of like about this planner. So here is another week in here. I always have my tracker and my focus for the week, my books to review, and then all my tasks for the other authors. Everything else here is about YouTube, my shop, or my books. So that is everything there. If I put a bit of washi here, it means that I'm working on a book. So for this week, I was working on the second draft, so it took me all of this week. So I wanted a kind of visual representation of that, and so that is why I have the washi there on the top. So as you can see, it just means that on Sunday I didn't write. Okay, so this is the current week. So like I said, this is the same kit as this one, so I used it for multiple weeks. Today, when I'm filming this, is March 19th, and so I will continue to fill this in. I always have my tasks here at the bottom for the other authors, my books that I have read, and then also, as you can see, I've been already working towards my weekly goals. And I've actually put down the stickers already for the next couple of weeks, and that is because I do have quite a lot going on already. So that means that you probably won't be seeing the weekly plan with me's for these weeks, but I will probably film again once these weeks come up. So next up, I do have my mood board for the year. So this page is the turning the page to a new year. It's the grid page that you see. And what I've done is I just put some watercolor down, and then I chose images that kind of represent my books. So the 2 books that I'm going to be releasing this year are both from my MOONRISE Beach series. So that is why you see a lot of beachy themes in here. And they all kind of relate to my books in some way. So for example, if you look here, there are some surfers on the water, and the reason why I chose this particular picture is because the hero in my next release, which is coming out in June, in my dreams, he is a pro surfer. And then for this picture is from Australia. It's a picture of Australia, and my hero from in my dreams, he actually moves to Australia. So like I mentioned, all of this kind of represents my books in some way, and since that is my focus for the year, I felt like this was very appropriate. It's very inspiring for me to see every day, and so I have it clipped off here with this sparkly ollie clip. So now we are moving on to the daily section, and in this section I don't really use any washi, any stickers. If I do use washi or a sticker, it's to cover up a mistake, but basically I just use a pen. So I usually use this pen. This is the Uniball Signo RT in the 0.38. It's a really thin gel pen, and then I just use my Tombow markers. So I will typically have a color chosen out for the month, and I will use that for the whole entire month. So let's move on to February, because that is where I left off in my last video. I did do a January flip through of this, so if you guys want to see these pages that I have just kind of passed through, then you can watch that first video. But basically here on the first page, you do get this blank page, and in here I have listed out my important dates for the month, and I try to put them in chronological order. Of course, some things will pop up, and so I just kind of add them in, but hopefully I can have it in chronological order so it's easier to read. And then I put my goals. So I make sure that I tick everything off of these at the end of each month so that I know that I'm working towards my goals, and then we go straight into the weeklies. So I do want to mention, if you guys want to know like the nitty-gritty details, because I have been asked like what exactly I put in here on my daily pages, I do have plan with me's on all of these, guys. So if you guys want to see like what exactly the information I put on my daily pages, you guys can watch the plan with me's because I go into every single detail. The purpose of this video is a flip through, so I'm just gonna explain what I do, and then if you guys want to see the details, go back to those plan with me's and you can see the more in-depth explanation. But basically in the daily pages, I will do a little bit of a swatch with my Tombow markers, and then I will use this lettering pen. This is a Zig Kokoro lettering pen, and I do have a couple of them here. So this is what I use to write in here. So I will always write in the big events that I have going on that day, and then I will also write in the videos that I have posted for that day in this section. And then I will usually write in my schedule for the day. On the very top corner here, you do have these built-in checklists. This is information that I do for the other authors. So for example, I had to close a giveaway that I ran for her and then pick the winner and then send the prize to the winner. So that is what I wrote here on this top section. And then this section is my to-do list, and I use a bullet journal style. I just put a check mark when it's completed. If I need to migrate it to a different day or a different week, I will put an arrow, or I will cross it out once I don't have to do a task anymore, things like that. And then I also section off the bottom of the pages, kind of make it more functional for me, so the bottom half will change every single day. So for example, on this day I just wrote down the reviews that I posted, and then this is just a wish list, this is a to buy list, and then as you can see I do have any holidays or my work events listed there. A lot of the times you'll see that I keep track of my word count for the day. So since I am an author, I do these things called writing sprints. And so for an hour or so, I will write as much as I can, and then I will write down how much I wrote during that time. So this is typically my word count. So as you can see, that is how I've been using this time section. And then I will break up the page once again. So this is another to buy list. I have a cleaning list here, and then some books that I may want to review. And I have all my book reviews that are coming in. So as a professional book reviewer, I do get advanced reader copies of books. So these are books that are not released yet. So I get to read them early and then review them for promotional purposes. And so I have all these books that I received. So I wrote down their release dates here. And then what I also like to do is I like to write down a little waiting on section. So this can be like things like my online orders, or like an email that I'm waiting for, some documentation that I'm waiting for in the mail, things like that. So that is how I've been using my daily pages. As you can see, some days are a little bit more busier than others, but I don't use any stickers or washing here. Everything is just pure functional here. So again, you can see that I've been tracking my word count. Typically when I am writing, I don't do anything else that day. So as soon as I get up, I start writing until the end of the day. And so that's why some of these pages seem a little bit more blank, because I'm only doing one thing that day, and that is sitting at the computer and typing away. So again, I have more reviews that I need to do here. I have my videos that go up. And then typically on the weekend, it's a little bit more blank because sometimes I don't have to work on the weekend, sometimes I do. So that's why I like to have this handy here. But this is only a work planner. I don't put any personal stuff. So sometimes I don't even use the schedule here, and that's fine. I just use what I need to. So here is keeping track again of my online orders that are coming in. And then on this day, I finished the first draft of one of my books. So I was really happy this day to get that finished. So as you can see, on these days, I didn't even bother doing a schedule here because it was so busy. I just went straight into my to-do list. So this day I did write quite a bit. I wrote down all the things that I did, as well as a list to print. And then also my to-do list ended up being at the bottom here instead. I have a list of videos to film. And then, as you can see, my to-do list can be quite long on certain days. I find that I do need the full page. And then sometimes I will kind of time block things when I want to film. So it just gives me an idea of how the day is gonna go. So I do keep track of my releases in my shop. So I had a pocket release coming up. So I wanted to make sure that I had all my tasks ready for that. And so as you can see, I was working on my shop this day. So I released a new finance tracker for the A6 size and also a bill tracker for the A6 size. So if you do use a Hobonichi A6 and you are interested in tracking your finance stuff, those new inserts are in my shop now, and you guys can use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off of your order. So that is what February looked like. We are moving now into March, and once again, I do have a plan with me setting up this page as well as the first week of my daily pages in here. So if you guys want to see exactly what I write in here, you can check out that video. But as always, I do a little swatch and then write out my headers, important dates, and goals. And I just list out all my important dates for the month and then all my goals. So as you can see, we are not done March yet when I'm filming this video, but I have already completed all my goals for this month, which is a great thing. So now we are moving into this kind of like light yellow color for the month. And I have all my events happening and then also my videos, my YouTube videos that went up. So I just have a list of things that I want to design for the shop, the reviews that I need to write, some planner setups that I want to do this month. I haven't quite finished all of them. And then I have like a A6 Hobonichi and pocket rings release in my shop, so I wrote that down. Some videos to film, things to print. So as you can see here, I started writing again. So I started keeping track of my word count. So that is basically what all this is here on the schedule section. This day I subscribed to Simply Gilded Subbox, which I think is a great box if you are interested in that kind of stuff. And then I also keep track of the books, like the advanced reader copy books that I receive. So that is important for me. So as you can see, the only thing on my to-do list this day was to write. And so you can see the whole day I wrote. Same with this day. So I can finish a draft usually within a couple of days. The most would be like 7 to 11 days, so like just over a week. So my pace is a little bit quick, but I know that there are other authors who write a little bit faster than I do. So for this day, there was a Simply Gilded pre-sale, and so I just wrote out what I wanted to order that day. And then over here, I do have a little bit of washi, and the only reason why this is here is because I actually wrote on the wrong day. So I wrote that I had a business license to renew, but it's actually on this day. So that's why I have it written here instead. Again, washi is only here if I make a mistake. So, but I usually just stick to the markers. So as you can see, my writing gets a little bit messy as the day goes on. I find that especially when I'm stressed or really busy, my writing can get a little bit more messy. And that's fine. This planner is supposed to be like a kind of messy planner. I don't mind it getting kind of beaten up. As you can see, things just start to get a little bit jumbled. I'm not even using the same pen. Sometimes I use fountain pen, which is what this is. And then sometimes I just use this pen, which is a gel pen. But the most important purpose of this is to get all the information down somewhere. And so I like that it's already dated. You have all your daily pages, you have your weekly, and you have your monthly. And so this is a great pre-planner. So that is what my daily pages have been looking like so far. I do have this Hobonichi pencil board here, and I just pop a couple of these Rose Colored Days vellum sticky notes. So this one is a marble one, as you can see, and this one is just a plain gray one. And I really like these. I'm gonna probably put my AM and PM schedule on here, but I have the rest of the daily pages here, and I don't pre-plan other than like the important dates. So if I have an event going on that day, then I will write that in with the corresponding Tombow marker for that month. But other than that, I don't fill it in advance. At the back here, I have another one of my printables. So this is available in my shop, Jolene Printables. And again, you guys can use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off of your order. So this is my Life in Pixels. So this is my mood tracker. I have it in the cute font with the pink colorway, but I do have this in gray and also in the classic font too. And what I've done is I've color-coded my moods with my liners here, and I've just been tracking my moods every single day. So I do have the rest of March to fill out. Today, when I'm filming this, it's March 19th, so I will fill this in at the end of the day again. On the back here, I have another one of my printables from my shop. This is the important dates insert, and I have two versions of this. This one is the list insert, so it has a list here, or you can get the grid. So if you prefer a more Bujo look, you can go for that one. And as always, it comes with a cute font and also a classic font, and this is the pink colorway, but I also do have it in the gray, and this comes in all the sizes, so the A5 Hobonichi, A6 Hobonichi, Hobonichi Weeks, and I also have it available in the B6 Stylogy. But basically here I keep track of all the major events, so any anniversaries, shop anniversaries, my deadlines for my books will all go in here. I haven't filled out my favorites page. I usually like to leave this until the end of the year, or at least half the year has passed before I fill this up. But here on the My 100 page, I'm keeping track of the books read in 2021. So these are all the books that I have read. I have read 30 so far, which is great. I feel like I can definitely read a lot more, so that is my aim for this month. But obviously I have been writing my own books and also preparing another one for publication in June. And so that's why I only have a few books actually read from other authors, but I have already written 2 books this year for myself in June, so that's why my reading has not been a main focus for me right now, but I think once my book actually releases, I will have more time to read. Usually I will read more than 100 books in a year, and so what I did was I put one of my grid note pages. So this is the pink grid. I also have a lined version in the gray and also pink, and I just put that here already so that I can continue my list from this page onto here as well. So what I have here is a 2-page spread of the important dates. So it's actually this same insert that I have here, but this is the 2-page version. So as you can see, you get a ton more room. This is once again the list version. I have it in the grid version too. And then this is what the classic font looks like. So you can see the difference. This one is the cute one, and this is the classic. So it's a little bit more minimalistic. And I have this in the pink colorway, but once again, I do have it in the gray as well. And here I've been keeping track of my writing schedule. So anytime that I'm working on a new draft or a new book, I will write it down here. Or if I have an important event happening, then I will write it down here. And that is a great way for me to just see everything at a glance here. And then I do have just a lined version of the notes pages in case I want to make some notes for this tracker here. And this is the yearly tracker that I have in my shop. This is in the classic font with the pink colorway, but you can get it in the minimal version as well. So here I have separated my monthly reoccurring tasks. So this one is for my shop, so all my shop stuff, and then this is more personal stuff. So for my shop, I just want to make sure that I do my finances every month, write down all my releases that month. I want to do my bookkeeping, a reflection on how the month went, and then also my customer service. So on my personal tracker, I have my reading journal, my monthly tracker, my goals bullet journal, my week's finance, and a no spend calendar. So every month I make sure that I have these set up so that I'm ready for the next month coming up. And then I do have some extra pages here where I can put more of my printables, but at the moment I don't have anything that I want to add. And then at the back here, I just have some sticky notes. I have a little journaling card from Kiki K, And I have these task cards. These guys are from Annie Plans, and you can get them with like a tracker or like a list. This one I got is a blank. This is in the Dreamy Clouds pattern, and I just keep those task cards at the back here in case I want to use them. But as you can see, I have kind of kept this set up to a minimum, and I have been really enjoying it. So that is my February and March flip through of my Hobonichi cousin. Like I said, it's been working really well for me. I use it every single day, even on weekends, just to map out my to-dos for the day, and I find that I am loving the daily section, especially because I can be as messy as I want. I don't stress about being too neat or using the same pen or putting washi or stickers down. It's just very functional, and it's just a great place for me to write down everything. And I'm really enjoying the Tomoe River paper. I just feel like it's just the perfect paper to write on every single day, and I've been really enjoying the Hobonichi cousin. I'm definitely going to be getting another one next year. But if you guys are interested in my printables in my shop, you guys can head over to Jolene Printables on Etsy, and I do already have them sorted by size, so it's easy for you guys to check out what options I have, because I do have a lot of different designs and colorways and fonts. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. You can message me on Etsy or down here in the comments below, and I would be happy to help. And also don't forget to use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off of your order. But that is my little Hobonichi flip through for this month. Once again, if you guys want to know really detailed information about what I keep in my weeklies and in my dailies, then you guys can check out my Hobonichi cousin playlist. I will link that at the end of this video, and you guys can see all my plan with me's for this particular planner. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos from me. I will catch you in the next one. Bye!